So. What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, you want to say what up?
Hey, guys.
Welcome to tonight's show. It is July 26th, the final episode of our fifth season. No, sixth season.
Oh, so this is the last one of our.
Yep, this is the season. This is the season finale. What up, though, Hype?
Hey, Hype.
What's up, y'all? On time and everything tonight, huh?
Look at you. Look at you.
Everything.
Showing out today. Okay.
So yeah, he done joined on time for the season finale. What up, though, Keela? Keela's in the house.
Hey, Keela.
Keela, you were looking beautiful for that wedding. Your brother had a nice little wedding going on. Congratulations to them. Shout out to the Fuller family. Definitely showed up and showed out for the wedding.
Always looking to support Black love. There y'all go.
Right.
Yeah, so I know. I love Black love, bro. Love Black love.
So what you're saying is I got to start scrolling on Facebook so I can see, because I miss everything.
Keela was killing them all. Keela wasn't holding back.
What she had on? Let me go.
Oh, I'm sorry, McCants. I'm sorry. My bad. But yeah, they showed out, and Keela wasn't holding back. She went in there and killed them. Mama side. All right, gotcha. I know I saw Auntie Scooter on there. You know, shout out to Auntie Scooter.
Hold on, she posted on her page. No, it was in her stories or something.
It was on her page. It was a couple of days ago.
I have to go look now.
Yeah.
Let me stalk your page.
Yeah, so speaking of friends, tonight's show is all about friends. So we are talking about friends and how many of them have, or how many of us have them. You know, things that make a friend, things that can lose a friend. Speaking of, we were just talking about stuff, but you know, yeah, it was a few days ago. That's probably why you're not immediately.
And I gotta go look.
She spread it out, so it's like there's one picture of one thing, then there's like another few sprinklings. So yeah.
No, but I never. But Killer, my problem is I post, but I don't scroll and see what people post.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
The first thing I see, I'm not paying attention to it. So.
Oh, that's all right. See, that's the kind of friend she is. She's a poster, not a scroller. and Hype not even on Facebook because they keep blocking them.
They killed me. They don't like my name. Like they cut my account, and then I try to make another one, and they don't like my name. So
yeah, they hate.
Fuck Facebook right now.
I know, right? They haters. They tried to block your boy a long time ago too. So you know.
Oh, they always put me in Facebook jail for old posts. So.
Right.
Twitter, that's the one that.
This is why I had two Facebooks. I see a video. Okay, I see the video.
Twitter, the one I got kicked off Twitter twice.
Oh, Twitter give me flux too. Twitter don't usually give too many people business.
Aggressive poster or something, I guess.
I can see that happening now.
Are you spam joints kept hitting me with them joints.
I almost got kicked out of our join the conversation group.
How did you're a moderator or whatever they call it.
No, I'm the admin. And
how did admin get kicked out?
Because I posted something and I think my comment was like something, and they said it was a bullying. And I basically they told me if I post something else, I'm getting kicked out. I'm like, first of all, I'm the one created this shit. What you mean?
Right. Yeah, they don't care.
Gonna kick the captain out, the captain off the ship.
Exactly.
They told you I am your captain now.
So this is a great topic, Keela. So Keela already out the gate got us a great subtopic to discuss. So like I said, the topic is friends, and so her situation, she says, I don't like friends who stop being friends because you're friends with someone they don't like, and that's actually a big thing, especially in this social media age, and in terms of how people socially interact with each other and others around them, like they're 6 degrees.
Especially with females.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think it's what
I'm about to say. That ain't really a guy's thing.
No, but it can be with guys, but with females, it's a different level of it.
Yeah, I was say I feel you there.
I want to reply to this comment because I have
Put
friends
up, though, Jamie. He said Monday Night Raw.
Right? Sure. Hey, James. Yeah, I have friends who like, and I'm a big person of this. If I don't like somebody, I'm not saying that you can't be friends with them. You can be friends with them. My only thing is to create boundaries. I have friends that don't like each other. That friend can't come talk to me about this one. This one can't come talk to me about this one. You set a boundary because I'm not straddling no fence. And if you try to, I'm going to check you. And if that person tried to, I'm going to check them because there's no way you're going to be comfortable talking shit about somebody that I'm still friends with. So that's the thing that people don't do. And you have people like, and it's crazy. I just had the conversation with somebody about a former friend who tried to talk of like that came to me years later about a friendship and said it's not authentic because this person used to talk about you. And my rebuttal to her was, well, why did they feel comfortable talk about me in front of you? And why didn't you shut it down?
Right.
And why are you telling me years later? You should have told me back then.
Oh, it was years later too.
Because now we're not friends and you're trying to salvage this friendship or trying to fix it, but you're trying to throw somebody else under the bus. And it's like, if they were, and I don't know if they were or weren't, but if they were talking about me the way that you say that they were, why were they comfortable enough to talk about me in front of you and you were okay with that? Right. And now you're telling me years later. So now this point is invalid because you weren't a friend to me, just like if they weren't a friend to me at that particular time. But I think that a lot of females do that in their relationships. They don't want you. If they don't like somebody, it's supposed to be girl code that you don't like them. And it's like, first of all, we 30 pushing 40. I ain't got time to not like somebody because they ain't do shit to me. Right. I'm grown as fuck. So until that person has done something to me or done something that detrimentally affected your life, like they put hands on you like that, oh no, we're not friends no more. Like that's a whole different problem because now it's beyond the little catty shit. Now we physical. So that may be an issue. But at the same time, it's like you can't tell me who to be friends with. I know how to be a friend and be loyal to both of you without being in the middle of y'all bullshit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times people definitely have a hard time creating those boundaries, going back to what you're saying about boundaries. And there's a lot to break down here when it comes to how these interpersonal relationships work. And I think that's the first challenge, is creating the boundaries. And then also, like you said, being able to basically shut down opportunities for that person to pretty much, throw that other person either under the bus or venting to you about them. But not only just venting, but basically putting venom on their name or speaking ill of them, that kind of thing. Yeah. I think there's a lot there that can go wrong when it comes to the cross friend, the friend to the frenemies and all that kind of stuff. What do you feel about it, Hank?
Like Sonny said, man, you in your 30s pushing 40s, like we don't have time for people with IRAs, mortgages, and like retirement plans. Like I don't have time for you don't like somebody, so I hate the world too. Like I'm not looking to risk it all for you at this point. Like, I'm looking to give you some good advice so that you get yourself out of this dumbass argument about nothing. Cause I can give you an example. I got two examples. One of my friends, my man, my brother that was in my wedding, he just died end of March. And me and him hadn't talked in about a year over he owed me some money. And he just was ducking me. So the whole time in my head is like, when I see this nigga, and then the next time I see this nigga, it's none of that because he's dead.
Wow.
So it's like,
yeah, we fussing about bullshit and ain't
fussing about shit that ain't even that deep. Like once you said you get to a certain age and stage, it's like, what are we arguing about? Right. I'm not looking to have no ill will and negative energy towards you because I don't give a fuck at that point. Now, like you saying, Sonny navigating these two different friends. I'll give you another example. When I'm in high school, this squad is going to war with this squad. I got friends on both sides.
Yeah.
My man's girl, he leaves school, he go to transfer to a different school. She leaves the nigga from this squad, starts talking to a nigga from the other squad. And I know everybody, but it's look, that's your girl now. That's cool. I ain't got shit to do with none of that. What you ain't gonna do is ever talk about him in front of me. What he ain't gonna ever do is talk about you in front of me. And if she want to talk to me about either one of y'all, that's cool, but it'll stay between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do none of that. We ain't gonna have no, oh yeah, this nut ass nigga. No, look, we ain't doing that. Not over here. You want to talk about him like that? You can go over there and talk to whoever the fuck wants to hear that, because I'm not that boy.
And that's a crazy thing. Like I've had friends that used to get mad because of how I shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they started, nah, we're not about to do that. Like, cause my whole mood changed. Cause it's not like, cause I feel like that if it was reversed, I wouldn't want you to be sitting there letting
it's because it makes you uncomfortable, and it's like, why am I gonna sit here and be uncomfortable?
Like, and then if they say some old super fucked up shit, of course it's getting back to them. And they're like, well, you was so and so was there. What did you say?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like,
And
nah, we're not about to do that.
Well, that's the big thing is why put me in the middle of your mess. Right?
Exactly.
Because you're not being a friend to me if you're putting me in the middle of the mess that you two have, or the argument or the conflict. Don't put me in the middle of that. And I don't want to have to pick sides. I don't want to have to choose the art. You know what I mean? Like if I have a genuine gripe and I have a similar complaint, and I decided to do that, I'm the kind of person that I'm gonna stand behind it anyway. So I have no problem discussing that. But if it's just something that y'all two have and something y'all
90% of the time it'd be some BS though.
Yeah,
like,
but see,
be over nothing tangible or nothing real.
But I will say this: in any situation where my friends have had a disagreement, I'm not choosing sides. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. And if you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. And if you're right, I'm going to agree with you on that part, because because you know how some arguments be a legit argument, like not no petty stuff. It'd be like a legit situation, and it's like, well, let me just tell you, like, because I'm the type of person, if I'm friends with both of you people, we're gonna sit down and have a conversation, and I'm gonna tell you wrong.
Well, I mean, in a way, I kind of agree with you. I have been in that situation where I have two friends who were friends for a long time, and they have a disagreement, and a group of us have gone to one of them and said, "Hey, we understand the position you're in, the situation you're in, and we don't think it's right, and we don't understand what's going wrong." And on the other side, we've gone, "Bro, you are taking this and blowing this out of proportion. You need to sit down with your mans and make up or figure out this situation and do what's right for your friendship and for your families." Because
if you're not gonna be friends after the conversation, don't be friends after the conversation.
Exactly, right. But the thing was, our biggest thing was have a conversation. Don't sit here and just be beefing for no reason and that kind of thing. So I feel you. There
could be a complete misunderstanding or something that got taken out of context.
Once we all grown, like we should be able to have conversations. Whether you disagree, we can agree to disagree at the end of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like, if we're gonna be in the same, if we're gonna be in, that's what you say.
I said, but a lot of people don't. So if we're friends and we're having a disagreement, to some people, they take it as we're having a big major issue, and it's like, no, I cannot agree with you, and you cannot agree with me, and we're still cool. But some people take it as their mindset is completely different. If we're not agreeing, we're arguing, we beefing, and it's like, no, I just don't agree with what the fuck you said. Period. Like I don't have no beef with you, but some people take it to the extreme.
Man, you could tell me the sky is purple, and if you could break it down to me why you think the sky is purple, I will go, that's cool, Sonny. I mean, I don't agree with you, but that's your view. I don't see the world through your eyes. I can't explain what you see. If you can explain it, as long as you can explain the dumb shit that you think or the dumb shit that I think, if I can explain it or you can explain it, it's like, we can agree to disagree. Like, especially at this age and stage of my life, I'm not looking to be in no arguments. Like, I got kids and shit. I got stuff to do.
Well, yeah, and that's my thing. Is like we do have to get to a point, especially once you get over 30, 35, 40 years old, you definitely need to get to a point where you can learn how to agree to disagree. We're all too old at this point to be arguing over stuff that really has no matter or meaning to our lives.
Then you got kids looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing, Mom? Exactly. Dad, you got veins popping out your neck, you sweating all hard. Like,
right. Like I was just giving advice to a friend of mine about letting things go. Sometimes you just gotta let things go because the other person may just be being unreasonable, and you can't fix people who don't see eye to eye with you, but choose to walk away from you because of that. That's the thing, is that we all have so much other things going on. We sometimes have to say, you know what, that's fine. And if you lose friends over it, lose the friends, because believe me, that's not friendship. Friendship is not being built on situations where a person's emotions have gotten the best of them and caused them to feel like that they can't even have an adult conversation with you to explain to you the dumb shit that they feel or the dumb shit that you feel, or whatever.
I had a friend.
You end up like Cat Williams. Why are you hollering?
You know, I had a former friend of mine. We kept having the same conversation. I kept having the same conversation with her, and she wasn't getting it. And so the next time we had the conversation, she started off with her paragraphs and messaging me all these paragraphs. And you know what I said to her? You know what? Have a great life.
Right.
Done. Because I'm not about to keep doing this shit with you. I done had about 3 or 4 conversations with the same fucking thing. I'm good. And I left it at that.
Oh yeah,
I've been good ever since.
If you just don't get it, it's like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, we ain't even about to talk about that. I won't even engage. You can bring it up, and I'll just tell you, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry to the audience. Keela actually had already posted this comment earlier. I meant to switch it over once we started talking about it, but yeah, basically this is what we've been talking about, is having a difference of opinion, and then a person wanting to stop being your friend. Like I said, I'll stop being your friend if that difference of opinion is not getting us anywhere where you feel like you have to, be dismayed with my friendship to you. Like if you can no longer get along with me because we have a difference of opinion, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut you off. There's no point.
Yeah,
I got other stuff to do. I got a business. I got 2 businesses. I got a job. I got kids. I got grandkids. I don't have time for anything.
Yeah, I just had a conversation
in the silliness.
Yeah, I just had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about just understanding where your friends are. Like, you may not agree with stuff that they're doing. You may have an issue with what they're doing and how they choose to live their life. And it's like you have, and I've done this in relationships where I separated myself to an extent. I was still remain their friend, but I was just like, you know what? I can't participate in this certain type of situation. Right. Because that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I can't participate in this. I love you, but I just got to take myself out of it.
Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance.
And we were friends from afar. And we were talking about that, and some people do it in a manner which they can't be friends with you, and it's like that's fine too. Like, however you choose to do it, that's fine too. But it was just like you have to understand that you can't make people do what you want them to do. You can't make them be who you want them to be. They are themselves, and as friends, we have to understand that who you are is who you are. And like, I had one friend, I call her MIA. She just disappear for months and then show up randomly and call you, like, bitch, I ain't hear from you from like 6 years, and then she'll call you and it's just like you never left. And everybody say, well, how you friends with this person is always dipping and dabbing and never around. They don't have to, for me, my friends don't have to be in my circumference or be around me 24/7. I don't have to talk to you for a couple of weeks or months, but as long as when we talk, it's just like, we catching up, talking to make sure everybody okay and stuff like that.
Plus, it's different levels.
I gotta be talking to you every day.
It's different levels of friendship, though. Like,
exactly.
This is something Keela just said. I can't tell you how many people call me their best friend.
Right.
I mean, just because I'm the best friend that you have, don't mean that you're the best friend that I have.
Yeah. We've talked about that before too, in terms of if the people that are around you are in the same vicinity in their mind as you are as they are in your mind. Because in
any relationship is going to be somebody. In any relationship, there's one person that likes the other person more.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
If y'all are the best of friends and it's like he loves you more than you love him, or like, it's always going to be like that. It can't possibly be equal because it's just not the way that the world works. It can't possibly be a 50-50 love. Like, I love you just the same as you love me, because some people love differently. Some people love hard. Some people don't love hard. Like, some people are super attached. Some people ain't. Like,
yeah, my friends are my possessions. I've said that on many shows. If I love you, you're mine, and that's it. You belong to me. So that's how I see my friends.
Yeah, the best thing you could ever hear is me telling you I got you.
There you go.
Because if I tell you something, if I tell you, hey Sonny, we getting hot dogs tomorrow at 1:30, At 129, you're gonna look out that door, and I'm standing there with mustard and ketchup in both hands. Like,
right.
If I can't make it, I'd have called you at 12:30 and say, "Hey, yo, look, I'm stuck in traffic. It just rained sideways. Like, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. I'm not gonna have you out there though at 1:30 going, where the fuck is Hank at? Like, he said he was gonna be here. Like, believe something tragic happened. My phone, niggas who always hitting you with my phone died. My phone has died one time in my life since I've had a phone. So I'm never gonna tell you that.
So do you have that conversation with a person if they're like, that's my best friend? Do you go, well, I'm not really, you know what I mean? Or I'm not, you're not my best friend, or you're, I mean,
again,
do you take them to the side like, look?
So you gotta think about it like this. Just because Willie is the best friend that Hype has doesn't mean that Hype is the best friend that Willie has. Mm-hmm. Like, you just have to look at it like that. You might be a great friend. I always find a way to tie in these episodes. Shout out to the What Up Though podcast, episode 25 of the How to Hustle podcast. You know,
I listen to it too.
Network, 2:00. Yeah, no, I seen that. Appreciate it, Sonny. The first thing that one of the girls said is, I'm a great friend. Like, some people are really good friends. I know I'm the best friend that 40 or 50 people got. Like, when you have a problem, you having relationship issues, you having kid issues, you just need to talk to somebody, you just need a different perspective. I know I'm the person that people turn to. Now, I know when I'm having my own situations that I know I ain't calling that nigga. What the hell is he gonna do to help me with this? I know I ain't calling her. The last 12 things she called me about, this bitch is crazy.
Right.
Both of my best friends, I'm their best friends. So my best friend is my bestie boo, and then my male best friend is my bestest. I have an honorary bestie too, but I see
coming up with a whole squad.
But I got names for everybody. I got one of my friends. She was on our show before. I call her my wise one. She the one that I talk to that give me her unapologetic. Not that my best friends don't do it, but she got that old grandma like mindset. So when I talk to her, she gonna give it to me like how my grandma probably would, and I love her for it because she just like the way she said it. She don't pull no punches. She just straight direct. Don't give a fuck about my feelings because that's what I need to hear. And I call her my wise one. But like I
can't care about your feelings. They are your feelings.
No, I know, but you know how some friends will soften the blow what they tell you.
Yeah, that ain't me.
I have friends that'll give it to me like my best friend will give it to me direct too, but like she does it in a way that I may be upset, but like I'm glad you did it that way. Like kind of like Clint or Smooth.
Right.
Give me that unapologetic. This is how I feel, and this is what you need to hear. So I ain't gonna say it no nice way. I ain't rapping it no both of you. Just raw.
That's the best way to be. Don't sugarcoat this shit for me. Give it to me raw and uncut.
So you said that each one of them considers you their best friend, and you consider them your best friends as well.
Yes.
And are any of them in that same situation where they're friends as well or best friends as well?
So so my female best friend has a male best friend. He's cool, we're cool, but like that's her male best friend. Like so they knew each other for a good period of time and they're besties too. And he's her and she is his bestie. My male best friend, I think he has a female. I think his best friend was his brother, but his brother passed. Like that was like the closest person to him. But he has other females that he's good friends with. I don't know if he consider them his besties too. But
no, it's just always funny to me because I usually hear women say that they have all these different best friends that are
have two best friends.
That not only have that they are, you know what I mean? They I know, right? So Sonny's got 16 best friends.
No, I have two best. I have a bestie boo and a bestest. Those are my best friends.
But then we narrowed the list down to two. Okay. And it's usually like the friends that they're best friends with are never friends or never best friends or anything. You know, they may not even have a relationship at all, which I always find is kind of.
I'm actually cool with my best friends, male best friends.
I'm saying like not cool, like actual friends, like actually, you know, it's always weird. I mean, not weird. It's just weird in my.
We're like we don't hang out and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, we don't hang out. We hang out when we're around her, but
basically compartmentalized until she brings y'all together. That kind of.
Yeah.
So look,
we have little conversations, but nothing like.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When me and my wife was talking, this is when she still was in high school. her and her best friend would be talking about me like, oh yeah, you gotta meet him. Cause then me and my wife, we was best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So she would always be telling the girlfriend, like, oh, you gotta meet him. Turned out her girlfriend and my brother had a baby. I mean, her girlfriend's sister and my brother had a baby. So I had already met the girl 8 months ago.
Oh, right.
So when because this is before, camera phones is all over and everything. So when she finally shows her a picture of me, she like, oh, I fucking know him already.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Small worlds definitely everywhere. That's for sure.
South Philly, you either went to school with somebody or got them pregnant. That's how everybody knows everybody.
You know what?
If you're not one of those two categories, guess what? They're not from down here.
It's funny though, because
I really don't have like multiple best friends, so to speak. Like I have a best friend, and I mean she's a female, but I have a best friend, and then I have other friends who I consider really, really good friends. They may have a title or not, more than likely not. It's more of just, they know, I know, blah, blah, blah. I only know of one person that that feels that I'm their best friend. And, unfortunately, I don't even really have a real relationship with them.
I was about to say that feeling is not mutual. Do you see the look on his face?
No, he was like, "Well, they think they no," because the fact that he said they think it was this rude.
No, he's
I didn't want to put it like that.
Rude.
But I'm like, we don't really like,
he's just rude as hell. Just I hate thinking my friend. I'm not.
Still not best friends, but we were really good friends. Like me and Dame were best friends when we were kids, and then this brother guy was a friend of ours, and we was cool. We was all cool. But then as we got older, he always felt like I was his best friend. I've done a lot of things for him. I've looked out for him and everything, but I do that for all my friends that I consider good friends. You know what I mean? Like Haim said, everybody wants to be my best friend, that kind of thing. Well, I won't say everybody, but you know what I mean? But everybody wants to be my friend because they know that I'm going to look out for them.
I just lost my best friend like a year ago.
Yeah.
Me and him was elementary school. We was 9 or 8 when we met each other and never had one argument. Like that was my man. Like
right.
And that's the thing. Like, do you think? Have you ever been? So I went like I have
your
a
best friend can't be blood.
Friend.
Your cousins are not friends. They're blood. They're your cousins.
We're gonna get to that question. We're gonna get to that comment. We're gonna get to that comment.
But have you ever had like a best? So I had a best friend that's no longer my best friend or a friend.
I mean,
no,
have you had that?
Me and Dame were best friends as kids, but we're no longer best friends. But we're still friends. But we're not. Well, I don't know.
What she's saying is like,
his best friend, and you like, oh wait, he talking about Dame. Where is Dame?
I know, right?
That's why Dame ain't log. Damn, that's why Dame ain't log in. This is the topic. I'm gonna throw me under the bus like that.
We've been ragging on Dame all night about his faux pas. But yeah, me and Dame. But I Dame and my current best friend are the only best friends I've ever had in my life. So I never had that issue where
I've had people like that was close inner circle that you just don't, this, that, or whatever happens, and y'all had a falling out. And again, I'm not a big cuss you out type of guy. One of my favorite drawings was Yo Gotti says, "No fight, no fussing, just ask you where my keys at." I'm out. Like I don't need to go through none of these changes about somebody I don't fuck with no more.
Yeah.
It's just like you walk in and people be like, you seen your spouse cheating on you with this one. It's like, I'm not going to jail for killing both of y'all about somebody I don't even fuck with no more.
Right.
I might touch you up a little bit, but I ain't killing y'all to go to jail over you because you ain't gonna do shit for me if I'm in jail.
Yeah.
Right. Well, my thing too is I've actually never had a falling out with a friend to the point where I felt like I can't mess with them anymore. I have friends, or I have people that have been in my life that I may not talk to as much or really conversate or anything like that or hang out anymore. But I can't really recall anybody that I've been like, oh, that was my homeboy, and like, nah, man, shoot, if I see him, it's on sight. I don't like nobody like that. I don't think I've ever cared enough to really like have that kind of argument.
And for me, it wasn't even an argument. It was
some
just,
niggas now.
And for me, it wasn't really an argument. For me, it was, we keep having the same issue, and I'm as a friend, I'm addressing you, and you're addressing social media. And then I keep addressing you directly. And that was the thing. And it's like, listen, if you have an issue with me, talk to me. Mm-hmm. And it kept being that. And so by the time I just was like, you know what, I'm not going to do this, because I know that every time I say something to you, you go back to social media and it's like, we're not having this friend, like, and that's what threw me, because it's not somebody that I'm just friends with. It was my best friend. Like, you talk about 12 plus years.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. I think is that, you know, I mean, before there was social media, there was the streets, right? You know, and people have gone through that where, you know, their quote unquote best friend no longer respects them enough to have a conversation with them. They rather hear from the streets what they want to hear about that person, or they believe whatever the hearsay that they're getting, stories that they're getting from out there. So I think that's always been an issue that's come up with people in the past and now, but I think it's worse now with social media because it's so easy to have access to people who will gang up on you. I mean, really, to be honest.
And that was my thing. It was like the last conversation I had with her before, I just was like, you know what, I'm good. It was like, listen, if you have any issue, like we too deep in this, like families, everything. And it was several times of trying to rectify the situation. And it's like, for me, it's an issue of accountability. Like I said, I've just had a conversation with somebody else because they asked me about it recently. And I said, I have an issue with accountability.
Right.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to say where I was wrong at. I need you to address your wrong. But your mindset is you haven't done nothing. So we can't have a conversation because you don't accept the fact that, like, you're really going to sit there and say that it was just me. Because I wasn't perfect either. But if we need to hash through what we, like, talking about, like I said, 12 plus years, it's like babies, pregnant, all that together. So, like, we done been through some shit together. So it's like, we can fix this. But I need you to accept accountability. And if you're not willing to do that, we can't keep having the same conversation in circles. Mm-hmm. And then every time I talk to you, you talk to social media. And then it's like, okay, so you want to talk to social media? Go talk to them.
Right.
Because I'm done with it.
That's one thing I did notice. Like, a lot of people be having them social media problems with their friendships and shit. Like,
and I'm not that person. I got issue with you. I'm gonna tell you to your face.
See, like, man, my squad was old school. We was the last niggas on Facebook. Ain't nobody ever have a MySpace page and none of that shit. Like, niggas got Instagram once we start doing a podcast.
Right.
Like, I've never been the type of person to put off. None of my business is on the internet. You won't know what the hell I'm doing because you've seen it on my page. Like, right. I remember my man asked me, like, damn, where you and your mom was at the other night? I'm like, the fuck is you talking about? He said, you and your mom, you had on a suit with your mom. I said, nigga, that picture is from 4 years ago. Like, I wasn't nowhere with my mom the other night. Like, don't ever tag me and say we are nowhere. If I ever say I'm somewhere, guess what? I'm not there. It's a lie.
Right.
I put it up there after I left.
I used to be big.
Man, I put that shit up. I'll put that shit up 3 weeks later. You talking about after I left? I got texts from people like, "Damn, man, you know y'all was down such and such tonight, nigga. I am at work. I don't know what you talking about."
Right. Yeah, I used to be into that back in the day when social media was brand new. But like you said, over the years, I've basically, like, if I post something, it was probably last week, 2 months ago, a year ago. Ain't nothing.
Bro, nothing I remember this chick went to Jamaica and posted all week she's in Jamaica. Niggas ate the leftovers out her refrigerator.
Wow.
Because they knew she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Like, niggas just posted up Airbnb styled her house because she wasn't there and she was telling the whole world she wasn't the fuck there.
Yeah.
So I'm never that boy. Don't tag me in nothing saying we nowhere. I don't give a fuck if we at the Grammys.
This is why when I leave, I'm not leaving my house by itself. It's somebody in this motherfucker because
I never have
that. I'm a big person of when I leave, somebody got to be there.
Exactly. So Keila, same here. I got my actual best friend is a female. So cross platonic relationships are definitely a thing. But one
my
thing
best
that
friend
I
was
was
a
talking
female
about earlier,
I got her pregnant and married her.
Say hi.
My best friend was a female, then I got her pregnant and married her. Then she got pregnant again.
Hey,
that's why I told her we're not friends no more.
That's kind of best friend is your wife. That's what
I'm saying. That's why I told her though we're not friends no more. Like, We married now, so I can't tell. We can't be friends no more because I can't tell you certain shit without you getting mad. Like the girl smiled at me in the store. I didn't ask her nothing.
Relationship if you can tell your wife everything because you're at the point now where y'all friendship level has exceeded the expectations of the husband wife levels.
That shit is all as you know as a man, Willie. How many times was you playing with a girl and everything was cool until she just decided this time it ain't cool no more?
Exactly. Oh, believe I just had
Don't go there. Don't even play them games with her. She always think it's cute until you tell her the one girl that she don't like. Oh yeah, she smiled at me too. Oh, that bitch smiled at you.
Like that raggedy bitch. You gonna mess raggedy bitch?
Man, you can't get food from the Chinese store that you like no more, Willie.
I done had women get mad at me because of something they dreamed about.
Yo, oh my God. I ain't even gonna tell that story, but that's cool now.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. So back to Haim's comment about Keela's comment. Keela said, most of my best friends are actually blood. And Haim, what's your comment?
No, they're not. They're not your friends, Keela. Them's your cousins. God put them people in your life, girl. They ain't your friends. Friends are people you met.
They always say your cousins are your first best friends, right? They always say that's one of the core.
Y'all say sisters are too. I got 3 of them, and guess what?
Right.
Neither one of them my best friend.
Yeah, man. Listen, I got a brother. Love him dearly. He can have a kidney if he needed and a lung, but that nigga ain't my best friend. I love him dearly, but I don't like his ass.
I got 3 sisters and a sister-in-law. None of them my best friend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with saying because you got the flip side. You got a lot of people who don't get along with their blood, don't get along with their relatives.
That's
so being able to pick your family is a thing. Like I always say that my one sister, I always say that she's my sister, but I'm no relation to her at all. I've chosen her to be my sister because we have such a close relationship that it feels like family. What a family should be versus just being
family is.
So I think the level or the elevation that you put someone at matters. And if your family just happens to be at that level where you feel like, you know what, we're the best of friends because we just share so much in common, or that we have, so I don't see anything wrong with it, considering that your cousin or your aunt or your cousin twice removed or your younger uncle, are your best friends versus, somebody that's out on the streets. Is actually, fairly commendable when you can actually get along with family in my eyes.
Well, I can get along with family too, but fuck them motherfuckers. I mean, respectfully, like y'all can't be my friends.
Not everybody. I got a couple of them.
I have family members that I love dearly, and it's not no disrespect, but like, ain't none of them gonna be my best friend because I'm not about to tell them my business. Because like, and this is how I feel. And Lakeela, more proud to you. You got family that you love that you can be that close with. I love my family, both sides of them, But what I've learned is they will be the worst enemy because they know everything. You can't like, I mean, your best friends know most not, if not everything too, but like your family, like, man, that's a different kind of hurt when they go for the jugular because they know it.
Mm-hmm. So
like they know it.
But it's funny because you said both sides. My dad's side of the family is one person.
I've definitely learned that. I got friends like that too that don't go for the jugular with no problem like that. And we're not friends no more. But go ahead.
They just been building ammunition on you all these years.
Exactly. Just stacking that shit.
You gonna weaponize my problems against me?
No, listen.
Weaponize, that's perfect.
No,
weaponize my problems.
That's facts. No. That's extreme facts. Cause man, I'm gonna be quiet. Cause I know somebody in my family watching this shit. But
so to Keela's point, sometimes you do have certain family who you can trust that they won't judge you or treat you
exactly
in that way that some stereotypical family will do, and I think that's a big problem in a lot of stereotypical family situations where people, like you said, they weaponize your issues against you, or they use them in such a way that everybody in the family ends up knowing who's got issues and who doesn't, that kind of thing, because stuff. Everybody's like, well, that's my cousin. I had to tell him. That's my mama. I had to tell her. All that.
What? They be like, oh, that you marrying that same nigga that was whipping your ass last month?
Listen.
Remember he beat you up?
And it's not even just family that does that.
She slashed your tires.
That do that shit too. They stack. They your friend just to stack that Some people are friends with you just to keep you lower than them.
Well, you know, that's the thing. You have to recognize, and this is going back to the title of the show. How many of us have them? Like, how do you really consider people your friends when there are certain situations that people will use against you? There's certain ways that people will just use you for you know, milk you for information, like you say, use you as a stepping stone to their own pride. You know, it's like, so the one thing we got to remember is that everyone is not your friend, and that's one thing I always try to teach my kids is don't automatically give everybody the title of friend. They're not your friend until they've proven themselves. Don't allow somebody to get into your life to milk you because it's beneficial to them. You have to find some benefit as well, or it has to be this mutual benefit that you both can see, and then you can say, you know what, we are doing things that help each other, not just financially, not just, you know, to get something out of it, but what I mean is, you know, an emotional, psychological, familiar tie that helps you in your life. Because not everybody's out there to do that for you. Most people,
but then you have people that are. But then you have, because I've experienced, like I said, I've been down this road, and I feel like it depends, because you have and that's where, for me, it's a trust situation for me now, because it's like you've given me that, you've allowed me that vulnerability and that point to where I can trust you, and the first chance that you get to weaponize the knowledge, you use it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's one thing to catch. It's one thing when you're expecting it, because you expect it from people you don't really fuck with like that, you know?
Right.
But when somebody that you rock with like that, and they do it, it's like they pull the rug from under you, and you just like, because you were that vulnerable that you, and that's the thing, like, and for me, it's like, now I have to, because that's what that friendship that ended, a lot of that happened. Like, I was finding out stuff after the fact, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you just did on some craziness.
So I guess that's the question. Did you recognize after the fact then that there were some problems in the friendship before that you just didn't recognize because you didn't have the experience?
No, I think I recognized it because this is how that situation was basically when I started to get older and form my own opinions. Not to say that I was a yes friend or anything like that, whatever. But you know how you go with
the atmosphere of the day.
Yeah, but no, not even that. But like, I started meeting other people and developing friendships with them, and seeing how a friendship should be.
So no, that's what I mean by the experience. That's what I mean. Because you know, a lot of us we just, I mean, because it's kids do that when you're young and you don't know, because you don't know because you don't know. You can't know what you don't know, or what somebody has taught you. If somebody's tried to teach you something, then that's one thing. But if nobody's even tried to teach you this, then you still don't know. So you realize certain things after the fact. You know?
And then it was like I was being defiant to a parent. Because then it was the reprimand. It was always something.
Yeah.
And then it became arguments, and it's like,
you mean
because
with friend,
if you wanted to do something that I didn't want to do,
her former friend,
like if you wanted to do something, and I said, no, I'm good, I don't want to do that. It became a big issue. It's not that I didn't want to do it, and then for me, it was, I got anger issues. How, like, know me, like, know me better than a lot of people that was just meeting me know me, and how I am with altercations and stuff like that. So for this one day, you decided to showboat and go left with it, and then try to insult me like, oh, well, you drunk, and I was sober, and I'm like, wait, what? And then you keep coming for me, and when I finally say, listen, like, because then you out here talking about something, you just gonna slap me, and I'm gonna sit there. Who are you talking to? Me? Not me. Like, it became that, and I was like, and at that part, it was like, you took me to a level of anger that I shouldn't have been at. And you're not just anybody. You're my best friend, like a sister to me, and you took me to that level, which is hard to do, and you did it. And even when I tried to bring it back, you still was like, nah, like, you almost got mollywopped.
But that's the thing. I think a lot of people discover that issue later in life because they're the type of person that would allow somebody to basically control their life indirectly because you just didn't have you either didn't have the courage or the like basically just the knowledge that you should be able to say no. You may have felt like, oh, if I'm going to be a good friend, I should always say yes, or I should be supportive. Some people get caught up in supporting.
Because every time you wanted to go out, I didn't want to go out, but because you kept asking me, like, all right, let's go.
Exactly, because you want to be supportive. You want to be supportive, or you don't want your friend to be upset, or things like that. Especially because there's certain people, one of my daughters, I was explaining to somebody how, she's the type of friend who bosses her friends around because she's the type, she wants everything her way. And she has some friends who allow her to do it.
My oldest daughter.
Because they don't know better. They don't know that they can say no. They don't know that they can have their own mind. And so her brother, who's one of her best friends, I've had to explain to him, bro, you don't have to say yes to everything she says. You don't have to agree with everything she wants to do. This is not a dictatorship. You have your own mind. You can make your own decisions.
Yeah, once I started doing that, all hell break loose. All the Pandora's box open, and I was like, okay, and that made me more like, let me not be around you, because if you're gonna act like this, I can't. Like at this point, I'm going into my late 20s, early 30s. Like I'm not about to do this with you.
Right.
I'm not about to do this shit. And that was it became more of a no, and she was like losing the reign she had on me, and it was like, she was trying to get it back, and there was no way, because now you can't get it back. Now I'm completely got my own mind, my own thoughts, and now I'm not just saying yeah because I know that you're going to try to make me feel guilty. It's like, no, I meant no, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, I want to go back to Keela's comments. She had mentioned earlier that she was still talking about her family that are her best friends, saying that they got together, they got each other. They just got each other when they have problems or disagreements. They go through, but their love for each other, through their love for each other, they work together through all situations. Which that sounds like really good friends. She says that they have grown up together, and they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they've just bonded like friends. So understandable. But going back to our question, what friendship issues have you discovered after the fact through experience and discovery? She made the comment. This is kind of going to something you, I think you might have mentioned earlier, Sonny, about friends being possessive. So she said that she's discovered that people are possessive over friends, and she doesn't like it is because she has friends that don't want her to have other friends. So there.
But see, I'm not that possessive. My possessiveness is, you're my friend, I love you, can't nobody do shit to you. Period. You're mine. You're considered untouchable. And if anybody try it, it's not gonna work out for them. And that's just how I am. Like when my one
guy friend.
like my one coworker, she didn't realize what type of friend I was to the lady at our job, tried to cuss her out. And then she said, when you turned around, I seen your face. And the way you talk to her, because I was real polite and everything. She was an older woman, but the way I had to tell her to get it by her face, because at the point that she's still trying to help you being a fucking asshole. And even when people try to talk shit about her on the job, they can't do it when I'm around. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's what I mean by possessive. When you're my friend, you belong to me and you are protected. Period.
Gotcha.
And it's not that you can't be friends with other people. You can. I just can't nobody fuck with you because it's gonna be a problem. It's our problem.
See, that's me. As far as if we go out, my cousin will always tell me, like, you just be looking for shit to be wrong. I'd be like, no. It's like if we came together, we all leaving together. Mm-hmm. Like my cousin, me, him, and my man that I just talked about that died earlier a couple months ago. Me, Ro, and Wave, we will always be out. And Wave gonna get us into whatever the club is. He gonna know whoever's at the door. He gonna know whoever owns the shit. But once we get in here now, he know all these niggas, but I don't know these niggas. So now somebody leaning into him, everybody's a gangster in the club. Niggas, his face is broke up. Niggas is drunk. They feeling themselves because this girl is looking at him. And it's like, well, why is you looking at my man like that? No, cuz it's cool. That's my man. Say no more. Now you said that's your man. I'm off his ass. Because I don't know why you coming up here looking like this, but this is going to go one or two ways. We all got to get out of here.
Yeah. that's a good friend though. You know, you definitely gotta have those kind of friends.
That's how my sister is. When we go out, she like very gonna be drunk and living her best life, and somebody gonna try to be on some bullshit. And like even when we went to Baltimore,
we walked in the club one night. I mean, we 2 seconds in. I remember it's 4 of us. Nigga got hit in the head with a bottle. So all you hear is crack. Oh shit. I grab everybody in one arm. We out the door.
Right. Shoot, that's sometimes a good thing because so a lot of that don't always end well. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Plus, I know he's had 15 drinks. I know it's his birthday, and I know he's in the front. So these two niggas, you got to get these two drunk and birthday. I got to grab them two because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Right.
And the first one who was in the front, he's just little, so he was easy to just swallow into everybody else getting drunk.
No, that's funny because that's my sister Jazz. When we just went out to Baltimore and we was in the club and I was a little bit tipsy, enjoying my life, having fun. You know, people was hating, and I made a mistake and bumped into some girl, and some girls did something. They said my sister turned around, was like, "Wait, what?" What? And Jazz is like, "You met Jazz, Willie? Mm-hmm. She be chilling, but she be on point." And it's like, she's like, I can't ever really get drunk because you out there just chilling. Somebody always on some bullshit when you around because I'm just, and it don't even be like I be doing nothing. I just be dancing in my own little waves. And somebody got to be extra.
Sonny the mosh pit.
My man was on some drunk shit.
I said Sonny's the mosh pit dancer.
I just be living my life and dancing and living my
life. Knock that girl in the head by mistake.
No, Jazz said I bumped into her lightly and she got mad or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's a gangster in the club. You know it's capacity 600. It's 4,000 people.
And that's the thing I never understood about the club. You know it's packed. You know people are gonna be drinking. Somebody's gonna bump into you. Why are you that mad?
Because they don't know.
Like, I've had people bump into me hard in the club, and I'm like, oh, they're like, my bad. I'm like, you good? If I spill a drink, they've been bumping a drink, whatever. It's not that serious. We're in the club. It's crowded.
Because it be the people who don't acknowledge it. If you, like you just said, somebody bump into you, damn, my bad. If you just bumping into me and you just keep going, all right, tough guy, what's going on? Like,
no, but she said that the girl basically stood where I was at. The girl basically, it was space, and she stood right behind me. And when I was dancing, she basically didn't move. Like, you see me dancing, and you just gonna stand right there, like right near me. Of course, I'm gonna bump into you. I'm dancing. You like right on, like you right. Your shoulder is touching my shoulder.
Right.
See, that's why we always just put the money out for the section. That way, you know, you don't have to go through this deep ass crowd and going through all this.
Yeah, but we wasn't. We told not to be in VIP.
Keela says people have different definitions of a friend. Do you count someone who can help you financially more a friend than someone who cannot?
No.
I ain't gonna hold you. For me to actually call somebody, see, this is what I was trying to jump in with. Is shit for me to actually call somebody and say like, yo, I need such and such. I desperately need this shit. Like, these motherfuckers is about to come kick my door in, because I'll just go without and figure it out like before I ask somebody some shit. Because like I said, the weaponize your, see, this is one of them things I always tell. Like, I got trust issues and have no problem admitting it. Mm-hmm. So for me to put all my trust into any individual, telling them all my business and like, that's never happening. There's nobody who's like that except my cousin. And like I said, I don't even, because he's not a friend. That's my cousin. I consider him more like my brother. But there is nobody that I would give all the information to. Like, now that I'm even married, I won't even tell my mom every fucking thing, because some things are your marital problems or your marital situations. And even those situations, I can't talk to my cousin about that because he ain't married and won't understand it. Yeah. Like, we was talking at the cookout a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, that's my wife. It's totally different. He's like, no, but you saying it like, it's my wife. It's totally different. Like, this is not something you can compare to, oh yeah, remember that girl from 2003. Like, not that situation at all.
Yeah,
but
that's funny because I'm like that too.
I'm the person who people come to tell you about all of their problems and shit, and it's like you become the safe for them for all their problems. It's like, how long is you gonna hold this shit for them?
Right, exactly.
But for me, it's like, if I'm like, Haim, if you ask me, if I open my mouth to say I need money, you know I need it. You know I need it, because ain't no way in hell from from previous experience, ain't no way in hell I'm asking you for shit. Not nothing. Like, I've recently just asked my son dad for money, and my son is 8. Like, and I don't ask because he do what you're supposed to do, so I'm good. But like for me to out now ask you, that meant I really needed it, and he was like, "What you need? How much?" and brought it to me. Because he know I'm not sitting there, hey, can you get this and that third? Take your son and go on about the business. And that's how it's always been. It's never me saying I need, give me. It's never been that situation. Even with my daughter dad, it's never been that way, and with friends and stuff like that. So if I ask, I need it. And I'm one of the people that if I borrow it, I'm giving it right back. I ain't, you pay back when you can. No, as soon as I get the money in my hand, it's back to you.
So I guess a kind of a follow-up question to it is, do you feel a certain kind of way about a person if you do go to them, because now you've trusted them enough to say, you know what, I'm going to trust this person to know my business. I'm going to ask them for help financially, but they either don't do it because they claim they don't have it or whatever the case may be, or they feel like you don't need it. You know what I mean? Because I know some people have said that before. But do you feel a certain kind of way about them, especially if you've done something financially for them?
No. If I've done something for you, it's because you asked me and I had it and I was able to give it to you. If I ask you and you say I don't need it, we're going to have a problem. Because the fact that I even asked you, family included, knows I don't ask you for shit. Like, I don't ask you to borrow a fucking $1 or $20. So if I ask you for this sum of money, it's because I actually need it. And if you think that I don't need it, I'm just asking you just to ask you, then we have a problem right there. It's never a tit for tat for me, because I've done for family and friends with no problem. If I had it, you asked me for it, and I was able to do whatever it was that needed to be done, I did it. And I did it with the expectation of either I'm not going to get it back, or if I do, I'll be surprised. Right. But if I ask you, and if I actually part my lips to actually ask you for something, and you tell me, well, I don't really think you need it, then we have a problem.
Right.
Because I'm not going to ask you just for I don't ask you shit for shit and giggles.
How you going to tell me what I need?
Exactly. Because the fact that I parted my lips to even ask you and I don't ask you for shit, that told you I needed it. My pride is an issue for me. I done been there, done that, lost, homeless, all that. So if I open my mouth, best believe I need it, because ain't no other way I'm needing it.
Yeah, go ahead, Hank.
I'm like Sonny as far as if I gave it to you, I'm kind of not even expecting it back, depending on how much it is. Now,
yeah,
if it's a stack, I'm expecting my stack back. We talking a little $60, sometimes a bean, depending on who the person is. If I gave it to you, I'm wholeheartedly expecting to never see this again. Mm-hmm. Because my uncle and my dad both died a couple months apart, they was like the two men in the family. I ended up turning out to be the man of the family. So when it's this person's electric bill and this one needs this, that, or whatever, I'm the person that they call. And like I said, I'm never expecting the shit back. Like, if I got it, I'll do it. If I can't, then I won't. Like, I'm not going. It was one of them things where it was like, once I got married, it was like, all right, now it's not just me that I would be taking this money from. This would be me taking the money from this family. So it's like, look, nigga, you have to be like, lights is getting cut off, or y'all been without lights for the last 3 days for me to be just giving you some shit now, because we ain't 15 no more. We ain't 23 no more, where we just fucking up money now.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, I feel the same
me
way.
calling somebody to ask them though. I wouldn't ask my mom. I wouldn't ask my mom for money when I was like at the ages of allowance. Like, if she ain't just drop it off in the room before on Monday morning, that shit wasn't in my room. Oh well, I guess we going hungry this week. I eat when I get the fuck back here. I'll figure it out in the lunchroom.
Oh, so what about this situation? So Keela says she's the friend that you don't call for money because she'll say no even if she does have it. Like, how would you feel if you knew you had a friend like that, but that was the only friend you knew that would have it?
I feel like I wouldn't have called you anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah,
you should know your friends. You know who gonna give it to you, who not. I have a flip to this though, because I had I had now, mind you, I've given money, different sums of money to people and helped them out in situations. I had an issue with somebody that got mad at me because of this. You don't call me for nothing at all. You don't talk, shoot your shit, call me, ask me if I'm dead, alive, kicking, how the kids doing, not a motherfucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you call my phone, you want something. Every time. Hey, so-and-so, how you doing? I already know your ass wants something because you don't never call me for nothing else. Not nothing. You don't call me to see what I'm doing. And I'm one of them friends. I'm low maintenance. You could just call me, hey, Ray, what you doing? Nothing. I'm coming to your house. We shooting the shit. We ain't doing shit. Just sitting there, just unproductively wasting time. And I may cook some food for you, whatever, if I'm cooking. Right. But you never call me. And every time you call me or text my phone, I know exactly that you'll want something. And I'm waiting for you to tell me what it is because you're beating around the bush and playing with my fucking emotions.
What if the time is a long time in between, like years?
I don't care.
This is my little cousin you talking about.
No, I don't care because I had one person call me and I was like, listen, now I'm good. And I said no. And I never say no to anybody, but it makes me feel a way that you don't never talk to me no other time other than to ask me for some shit. So yes, I'm gonna feel a way if you call me because I know what you want. And even if I got it, you can't get the shit because when the fuck do you ever call me?
Right, no doubt.
And if you feel like I'm a fucked up friend, it's a personal issue, family member or otherwise, call me and talk to me. Like, I don't be doing nothing. You can call me. Like, we got kids around the same age. We around the same age. That's just what you doing. Nothing. I got wine. Come on over.
I mean, to be quite honest, I look at that as like my kids, right? You know, my
kid can do that.
About to say, yeah, I only allow that for my children. If my kids, because I have my godchildren, because my kids is like, if they, you know, the ones that are anybody that I've raised, it's like if they have an issue and they come to me, and you know, like you say, they you know, I know that's the only reason they come in. Then that's the only one I'm doing that. I'm not about to do that for I won't say random, but some random person who thinks that I'm their friend and I think that they're my friend, but that's all they ever come to me for. So yeah, I definitely agree that's
half the time they be in a whole relationship. Like, what is your other half doing? Because I'm out here singing with children. What is going on in y'all lives? Y'all got two incomes. What's happening?
Right, but like y'all said, to the point about what Keela said, being the friend that you don't call, you got to know your friend, as well as, like Keela said, she's doing it to prevent future problems or current problems, you know, because the thing is that financials can be an issue, can always be an issue. But the one thing I don't agree with, Keela, is no, it doesn't not make you a good friend. It just makes you a smart person. You know, you are smart enough to realize that that's a shortcoming that people have, and that people will use you directly or indirectly, and that can cause problems between you and that person. So you're just being the smart one out the bunch to be able to say, you know what, let's cut this short. Let's not have these issues in the future. Let's not even go to that level, and then have me and you beefing later on because you decided to use me or you decided to borrow money that you can't pay back. Exactly. So I think that makes you actually a good friend because you're looking out for the friendship.
That's like I got an extra room, 2 extra rooms in my house. People like, oh, let me just stay there. I'll pay you rent. I'm good.
Right.
I've learned. I've lived and I've learned. I ain't got time. And I love our friendship. You can't stay with me.
Niggas always eyeing that back room, ain't they?
They're like, oh, you got an extra room? You can let me rent that for a couple. I'll pay you. It sounds good, and then it don't happen. I ain't got time for that. We gonna stay friends while you outside of my house.
You can't even get your kids to move out your house. How you gonna get somebody?
Listen, I got my daughter out. Like 2 extra rooms, and none of the motherfuckers. Actually 3. Yeah, right. No, 2 extra rooms. You can't now.
But
so my little cousin is exactly.
Some people feel that she's not a good friend because she says no. That just means they don't really know what a real friend is. My thing is this: is that financials should never be a top tier reason that you're a good friend. Your friendships should be built on more than just money. You're just like your relationships. You should treat your friendships just like your relationships. They should be built on a multitude of different things. It should not just be one thing, because then that's what that one thing is. You're not a friend. You're my financier. You're my loan officer. You're not my friend. Just because I let you borrow money or vice versa does not make us friends. That makes us financiers. Keela says, I lost friends over money and not letting anyone stay in my house. And that's it's like you're also not being a friend just because you're also not being a good friend just because you don't want to be a landlord. Like that's an even bigger problem. So
you and also people say you're not a friend because you don't enable people. You got people that always have financial issues that always need help. You got people that always have living situations that always need help. And for me, it's like I've let people stay with me rent free. I let people stay with me and supposedly pay rent. I've learned from both.
Right.
And I like my space. I like to be how I'm be in my house without no problems. And so it's less to do with friendship. For me, it's maintaining a friendship. Like, yeah, you can stay here tonight. Like if I have functions, sure, you can spend a night. You staying for how long? Yeah, we need to define how long you staying and get the fuck out. Right. Like, cause I'm gonna be that friend that's gonna put you out. I don't care because I've lived and I've learned. And for family members too, y'all can stay here for this certain amount of time. And I'm not letting nobody like, I got extra room. Yeah, I can use extra thing. I keep extra money in my pockets, but no, I don't want the headache of arguing with a friend or a family member over money. So it's not what I'm about to do. So I love you enough and I respect our friendship enough that I don't want to be arguing over dumb shit. So you can't stay here. And if you don't understand that, then maybe we don't need to be friends. But like, you're not going to make me feel bad because I'm less of a friend because I don't let you. No. I'll help you find a place. I'll help you find a job.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is that anybody that uses that against you and tells you, oh, you're not being a good friend because you won't let me borrow money. Yeah, that's a cop out. That's them obviously trying to use you for something that does not matter when it comes to being a real friend. That's them trying to guilt trip you into being used by them.
Yeah.
I didn't get to a spot of having the money that you calling for by giving it to niggas like you.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's like, I'm one of the people that if I give you something like houses, like I don't want to enable you because you know how the people know who they have in their lives and who's going to make sure that they don't fall short or be out there in the streets and shit like that. People know who they can use. And it's like, how many times you got to use a person before they get tired of being used?
Oh no, but I say they'll suck you dry until you dry up. That's what it is, and that's the thing. That's one of the things that I discovered in my friendship experiences is that people will use friendship as a way of getting their way. They'll use it, I mean, think about what little kids do. I won't be your friend. They use that as a threat. It's a threat because they know it tugs on your heartstrings. It gets into your mind, and who doesn't want to be a good friend? We got a whole poll up there on the GFT Join the Conversation group right now on Facebook, facebook.com/GFT Join the Conversation. And they're basically, everyone is on there talking about the question, I mean, even though it does kind of, push you to say why you're a good friend, but the question is basically, do you consider yourself a good friend? And everybody is trying to argue why they're a good friend because of the things that they have done for someone else. And that's the thing. It's like that is a big thing for people. People want to be a good friend. They want to be somebody's good friend.
And you're not a good friend by doing stuff to people. You're supposed to be
a horrible person. You definitely are a friend.
You have people that do stuff for their friends to say they did them. I don't want that type of friend. Mm-hmm. If I do anything for any of my friends, I'm doing it because I love you and I want to help you. Period. I'm not doing it to tell people that's what I'm doing for you. None of those things. I'm not going to throw it back in your face and nothing like that. And I think that people miss that tier. And it's like, I asked that question just to see, do you consider yourself a good friend? And I bring it back to the conversation we had. I believe on my show, it's subjective. Your friends deem whether or not you're a good friend.
Right.
So I may be a good friend to Willie, but I may be a sucky friend to Clint or Hank. You just never know. Like my best friend may think that I'm a sucky friend to her at sometimes. I'm not like 100% great friend to her. Sometimes I get a little wrapped up in myself and I forget about her. And like we're not 100%. Like when you dance in
the mosh pit and you elbow her in her face. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but no, we're not 100% good people all the time.
I used to do security for concerts. Those mosh pits do get a little wild at times.
Indeed.
Yeah, but we're not
young
good
boys
friends.
in there to go break that shit up. Like, you got it. I'll be up here.
You know what?
Somebody got to protect the women. Somebody got to protect the women and children. Y'all got that shit. I ain't jumping the fucking there.
Lord.
But one thing about Keela's next comment, she says one person income helping because I'm sorry. Let me go back to the first comment. She says she had a bad experience helping someone financially, and when she didn't, they fell out because she rather just and so now she just rather say no up front because she's a single mom and she's even had married friends ask her for financial help and she feels it's not fair. And then she says one person income helping a couple really gets on her nerves. And she says that her friends took it as she was being jealous. That they had someone and she was single, which is funny because it sounds like you're the one that need help as the married couple.
And that's the problem.
So
when they called you for financial help, what you were supposed to do was teach them how to manage their books.
And that's the thing
put no money in their hand.
That irks my soul too. It's like you have a 2-income household. I have one. Not only you have kids, I have kids. So what are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking? Like, let's just look at the.
Some people are horrible at managing money.
Make it make sense. What are y'all doing that y'all got 2 incomes and y'all still fucking up?
Coke.
And sometimes, legitimately speaking, because I ain't gonna say that. Sometimes life gets different. Yes. Sometimes life just throws a curveball and shit happens, and I get it 100%. There's programs for that, but like, y'all really be upset that a single person can't help a 2-income household? That's crazy to me.
Right. Yeah, she said asking her won't help. Definitely. So next question is, what does a good friend look like to you? Keela said that she's really big on conversation and bonding. That's very important. So, Hank, what does a good friend look like to you?
Reliable, dependable, and honest. It's not that hard. If you can rely on, I got a couple of friends that if I just tell them right now, yo, we need to ride to Lexington, Kentucky. Why? Because I need to go. We'll be in the car and on our way. Like, it's just who's reliable, who can you count on when you need to do this, that, or whatever.
No doubt.
And whose word can you actually trust? Because a lot of niggas say shit, but a lot of niggas don't be about shit.
True that.
It's real easy for you to just say some shit to somebody. All it takes is for you to know how to put words together. You watch any TV show and this dude is gonna look at this girl and he's gonna have the passion in his eyes and the lust in his heart, and he's gonna tell her he love her, and you gonna go, damn, that was a good scene. But them niggas is lying. Like, it's just how people are. Anybody can look you dead in your eye and tell you that whatever you want to hear.
Oh, you're a pipe dream.
If their actions ain't behind that shit, fuck them.
Yes. Action. Definitely action. Yeah. Sonny, what about you? What does a good friend look like to you?
So for me, a good friend is, and I'm going to say this without whoever watching might feel like I'm being shady, but I'm going to say a good friend for me is someone who is just there, good, bad, or indifferent, without judgment.
Not like you, Keisha, who's obviously watching, who Sonny doesn't fuck with anymore.
And without and without putting, I'm not gonna say the right word for it, but if you know what it is, tell me. Without putting your stuff on me. Like, I can't be who you want me to be. I'm gonna be exactly who I am. I'm gonna deal with things the way that I deal with things, and I can't be you. I can only be me. And I need you to understand that.
You mean like,
understand it.
Don't hold
me to your standards.
Don't hold a line up to you for you to jump over. They need to accept you for who you are.
And yeah, and that's the big thing. Like,
me to your standards, and I'm not you. Like, I don't
exactly. Because a lot of people want you to be them or expect you to behave like them, and it's like, no, I'm going to be me. And until you realize that, we're going to have conflict because I'm never going to be you. You're never going to be me. And if I was to do the same thing as you, we wouldn't be friends because you're not me. And we're friends with people that are different to us for a reason, to have balance. Exactly. I don't want somebody like me. I want somebody opposite of me.
Because you don't like people like you.
No, I love people. No, because I like people like me, but I like people like me. But I don't want even if you're like me, everything that I do and how I react and how I respond and everything that I would do is not necessarily what you would do.
No doubt.
So we can agree, but we have different opinions in how we approach different things and how we deal with things. I'm not going to expect Willie to do things how I want to do. We agree on a lot, but like you're not going to handle situations like I handle them.
Indeed. That's huge. Keela says she said, "Damn, I'm not a reliable friend, but I will put that out there. Love you, but if you need help, don't call me." So
that's why I said.
But that's the thing. You got to know who your friends. You got to know
who you're friends with
and what kind of person they are, so that you can know. And that's the thing too. It's like if you know that you
can't tie everything into money though, Keela. That's what this just sounds like. Like you just had some bad money experiences is what this sounds like, because like everything keep referring back to money. Like some of my closest friends, I ain't never asked for a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a hard time with a nigga just saying, "No, cuz I got the sandwiches today." Like, what you mean? Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like I don't like being a burden on nobody else. It's like as a grown ass man, I gotta carry my own weight here.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah.
And that's the thing too, because even if you're not a reliable friend, I may be reliable. I'm not asking you to be reliable. I'm asking you to be who you are. Like I have friends, my sister Jazz, love her to death, can't be on time for shit. Not unless she want to be on time for shit. She could be on time for shit. But like if you want her to be on time for some shit, it's never fucking happening. So
you mean like my mom?
You gotta meet people where they at. She just gonna be
late to my dad's funeral.
I'm never on time.
You gotta tell her 3 hours later, like, hey, the party at 4, so she can show up. And so she can show up at 6 and be on time, maybe 7. So like you got it, and that's where I feel like at me as a friend is I'm not expecting you to be me. I'm on time. You tell me what time I need to be somewhere, I'm trying to be on time. If I'm late, I'm pissed off that I'm late. But if you late, Willie, you late. But I'm together. I'm already ready. Like I was ready because for me, I'm not wasting my time. I ain't trying to waste yours. Some people that I know that I love to dearly will waste my fucking time, have me waiting forever. Don't give a fuck about my time constraint. But let them got to be somewhere on time. They there, and you can't be late because they bitch, I got to be here by this time. I want to be here by this time. And then if I say I want to be somewhere at some time, bitch, you come in 7 hours late. So you got to meet people where they at, and that's the problem. We can't control people. Let people be who the fuck they are. Jasmine late, she late. Right. Understand that. Deal with it accordingly.
Yes. So Keela said, yes, exactly. Many bad experiences with loaning cars, money, or a room for the night. So moving forward, just that part of friendship, I'm definitely going to say no. And that's okay. You don't have to be that friend that does everything for everybody financially or picking up where people our shortcomings are, because that's not always everybody's forte anyway. There's certain people. I mean, I know a guy who makes 6 figures and he never has money. Like he legit never has money because he's just poor financially.
My friends think I'm broke. We're gonna leave it at that.
So it's like, yeah, you can't rely on him to be your financial backbone if something goes left. You gotta go to a different friend for that. But he's definitely going to be that person that if you need somebody to be there for you, maybe help you move something, maybe help you. The ride or die. He that friend. So you got to know what your friend's strengths and weaknesses are. Like you said earlier, Keela, certain friends
your personnel
fit a certain role and they can do that role expeditiously, but then the rest of your friends, they can't do that role. So you're not going to stop being friends with them. You're just not going to use them for that. Or not.
Yeah, and
that's a big problem with the world is everybody has a role, and it's the problem is niggas don't like playing their role. Niggas don't like being in their lane.
Or niggas people don't want you to be in your own lane. They want you to be in their lane.
Niggas is all over the map with not knowing where they fit in and how to fit in and shit. Like,
no doubt.
Yeah, I want them friends. Let my friends tell it I'm broke. So if I pay for something, they're like, oh, what? Oh, like I'm broke. And my daughter tell you, my mom broke. I'm not really broke, but I'm broke.
Yeah, so I got something like that where we all always think that she's broke, and she's never like put it on like she's broke. It's just that she does live frugally, and she has a lot of kids. So we always just make the assumption like, oh, we know she ain't got it, so let's help her out. And she'll be looking at us like, I don't need any help. I got this. And you be like,
no.
Okay, our bad. Like,
I'm not that broke friend. I'm not that broke friend, but I'm the friend that basically like I don't spend money on dumb shit. So you go ahead and do what you want to do. That's fine. To you, I'm broke. Yeah, we're gonna be broke. But when I want to spend money, I'm gonna spend money.
Right. Keela said
just not spending money on unproductive shit.
Yeah, Keela said she was that friend that was used too many times, but now that she has children, she don't help anyone because her shorties need every penny she got. I mean, Keela, it sounds like you were just that big-hearted friend that everybody knew who they could use. I was the same way. When I was younger, I used to be used up, and people would, know that I was generous. And that's the thing. It's like people recognize that kind of stuff. They recognize the attributes that their friends have, and sometimes they take advantage of them. And sometimes you got to be able to have the courage or the forethought to realize that you don't want to be that type of friend, or you don't want to be used like that. So you definitely do have to be like, you know what, I'm not going to be that friend, or I'm not going to be in that situation. So like you said, you're doing right. Be that person that says no up front, or that lets people know, hey, don't come to me because I'm not the one. So
I'm not gonna fucking do it.
No, I was that friend too. Like she said though, once you have kids and you realize it ain't just about you, as far as though like it's the being reliable and being dependable and all of that shit. You can be reliable, dependable, and all of that without being a financial backbone for somebody. You could be reliable as far as I need somebody to talk to and you're gonna answer this fucking phone.
Yes.
You could be dependable as far as, yo, I need somebody to pick my kids. I got to do a double today. They just told me. Like, it's not always about just, yo, I need $60. I need help with this, that, or whatever. I might just need somebody to fucking listen. I might not even want your opinion. I just got 12 things I need to say to somebody, and you're that person. Like,
I'm reliable. Like, you can call me, show up at my house, and I probably got wine. What you going through? Come on, let's go.
Like my brother locked up. Him and his girl been together like 15 of these years that he been locked up. So like she called me the other day, and I know sometimes she's gonna call me because she can't just talk to him. So it's like she called me the other day, like, hey, I just need you to listen to this. Say no more. That means you don't need any opinions. You just need me to listen. Throw in an occasional. I heard you. Like,
right.
You didn't ask to have a conversation. You just asked for an ear to listen.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I'm a good friend to me is a person. Like you said earlier, Hank, I love reliability. I love somebody who's able to, and I don't need a dependable friend all the time. I'm that kind of person too, where I'm like, I really got to be down bad for me to call you up and be like, dog, I need you to do something for me. So that's not a big one high up on my list. It's nice, but it's not a big one high up on my list. But my thing is trust and support. And I don't mean financial. Definitely don't mean financial today, because as much as I don't got it, I got it. I got mine. I got to take care of my kids, my grandkids, my godchildren. But I can't take care of you, and I definitely don't need you to take care of me. But my thing is, support my dreams, support my needs for being able to say, you know what, I got this going on, I got that going on, be able to say that's dope, or that's cool, or more power to you, bro. Support me that way. Be that person who I can trust and won't judge me, because I do a lot of crazy stuff, and I don't need nobody else's judgment out here in these streets. So definitely don't be a person I gotta worry that is out here judging me, or out here blowing up the spot because you either jealous, or you feel like you need to blow my spot up, or whatever the case may be. I think it's more of, for me, it's more of an emotional thing. It's more of a psychological thing to be a good friend to me than anything else. Definitely has nothing to do with money. Definitely has nothing to do with doing something for me, because I'm definitely that person that people come to when they need help. And I love helping people. I have no problem helping people. If I need to borrow money, I definitely don't got it. But if they need to know how to manage their money, they need to know how to get something done in their life, or they need to know which way to turn when they get up to the corner. I'm the person you come to. I'm the person that got you. But past that,
let me throw this out here, because this is the second time somebody brought that up. Next Monday, let's make judgments the topic, because why is judgments always a bad thing? We can save that for next Monday. I said we don't do the topic right now. It's called a tease, Sonny.
before the topic.
Hey, don't do the topic before the topic.
I was gonna say. Oh my God, y'all fired.
Hey,
no, you fired, girl.
So now,
wait you know, talk about Monday.
Hey, you give him a little tease there, because I got a lot to say about that, and I let it slide the first time, but since he brought it up again, I'm like, okay, we can dive into that.
Yep, no doubt. So definitely, you know, I feel like that's a big thing for me is that, you know,
in fact, hey, Sonny, we just found our topic. Sonny, me and you can bring you on the How to Hustle podcast. We're gonna talk about that.
There we go.
About what?
About the judgment topic. Yeah,
definitely do that.
Do that. Yeah, do that.
I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. Let's go.
Yep, do that. All right.
Okay, Bone Crusher.
So for me, that's my biggest thing. And I think a lot of people out there have their different wants and needs for their friends. Now Keela said that females just different, and situations come from female friends. I never had to deal with my male friends. And I think sometimes we do get into that too, where we feel like there's a certain type of friend that's going to be a certain type of way. You know, I call those stereotypical situations, right? You know, you may feel like stereotypically your female friend is going to be more emotionally supportive for you versus your male friend is going to be more physically supportive, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that, you know, that comes into play sometimes.
It also does it the opposite, where the female is more emotionally invested in your situation than the guy is. The guy is a fixer. He's not really emotionally invested with what's going on with you, because, you know, as females, we all, you mad sis, we mad too. Like, so it's a little bit of a difference for us. Not to say that some guys can't be emotionally equipped like that, but like for us, it's like we get. I know for us, when my family or my friends get into some stuff, I emotionally attach to their situation.
Right.
So it's like I have to take myself out of it emotionally to be able to answer without always going back with the you know, because you catch yourself.
Yeah. Keela said
how your approach.
Keela said she's great at being an emotional and supportive friend. Appreciate that, Keela. And I think I've learned how to turn those different parts on and off because I have been, you know, pulled into an emotionally supportive need for certain friends, and I've, you know, done that for them. You know, there's others that feel like they need that I feel like they may need advice or they need guidance or whatever the case may be, and I've turned that on for them. Or for the most part, most of my friends usually just need somebody to talk to. They just need a listener, and I turn that on for everybody. So it's like, you know, I think sometimes too, you just got to be an adaptable friend. You know, I think that's what also can make you a good friend, is being adaptable to what your friends need at that moment.
Exactly, and that's what I think we all need. Like I said, you have to know your friends and know who you're talking to and know what type of response, or at least getting the idea of how they're going to take the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who you talk to, like talking to different, like I know for me, I talk to different people about what's going on with me, because it's different opinions and different thought processes. So when I get their advice, it's coming from different viewpoints. So maybe I need to look at something differently than how I was looking at it, and take a different perspective of it. So I think that you need to, like I said, you need to know your friends, know their strengths and know their weaknesses, and who you need to be talking to and who you don't need to be talking to.
Because some people know your personnel. It's one of the things my brother always say.
Ain't shit. They gonna give you ain't shit advice because they not like Heinz said. He talking about a marriage situation. His friend not married. It's not too much you can go get with that, because you don't understand where like what I'm talking about, because you're not there.
Right.
So you can't give me the advice that I need from another married person to another married person, or you haven't been there to give me that type of advice.
Reasons. Like, you got different friends for different reasons. Knowing your personnel is a big one, because you got to know who is the person that I can just have this deep conversation. You got to know who I can talk politics with, who I got to talk sports with. Like, you got to recognize all of that in your friends and know that this is my friend that I do this with and do that with. Like, and you can't cross-pollinate them situations if you know, like, he's my friend, but he's not going to work well with this crowd, so never even put him in that situation. You got to be able to give, the 30,000 foot view. You got to be able to look over the whole situation and analyze all of that before you put somebody in a bad spot. You don't ask the friend who been fucking up money since y'all was 6. Hey man, you got $20 I can hold? Fuck no, he ain't got $20. You go,
To Lakila's point, I met Willie this year.
I know after 10 years over
10 years, how many years of blogging and podcasting together? Finally met him this year. I've been considered him a friend. Didn't have to meet him until my birthday this year, but like I've to that question, yes, I absolutely consider people. Some people, like a lot of people that I met in the blogosphere, I consider friends because I was able to be unapologetically, or like on my blog is unreservedly me, and get their opinions in a very emotional and supportive friend type vibe. It was no judgment. It was like, this is my opinion, this is my advice, and you didn't know me from a can of paint, but you're just reading my life.
Right. Yeah.
I was tell you this, somebody from Philly. The brotherly love shit, it was just good marketing, because that ain't the way shit works here. Niggas hate just to hate here. So I've been doing this shit for 4 years, and I can't tell you how many people that I talk to. I talk to 90% of the people I talk to about the show is people outside of the city. This is something Willie touched on, like your friends and your family supporting your situation. Fuck the friends and the family, because they're not going to support it just because it's you. Exactly. They're going to tell you about this nigga from Detroit or Newark or some fucking where else that's doing the exact same shit that you're doing.
And that's crazy. I got people that tell me, I got friends that
it just because it's solely because it's you. They're not going to respect it solely because it's you. So you can't ever focus on them people. Like I did a meet and greet out Dallas. I don't know these fucking people. Like I got on a fucking plane and these niggas picked me up from the airport, but I've been talking to these niggas on Twitter and on Instagram for years. Like, now, after you done talk to somebody for so long, whether meeting them or not, that's how these catfish situations happen. You build a relationship or a bond. Like, shit happens where it's like, yeah, we just had a baby, or yeah, my mom died, or my uncle got sick, or like shit happens that y'all end up talking about if y'all cultivate and build those types of relationships. Like, me and Willie was on the phone for a half hour yesterday. Every time me and Willie get on the phone, we're on the phone for 20 minutes. And it'll be, hey, Willie, what you think about this? And now we can talk about 4 or 5 other fucking things.
Right.
Or, hey, Willie, I got this that I've been thinking about, or I got that I've been thinking about, or how you do this, that, or whatever. Like, so, yes, those people can become friends that you talk to because, like, shit, we were supposed to do a podcast festival last year in Vegas when I was on my old podcast, promoting this shit for 6 months, selling tickets and shit. The guy who was running it, I never met him. But again, me and him on the phone for an hour last week. He said, shit, we could have been, he said, damn, this could have been 2 of your episodes that we could have just did instead of just being on the fucking phone. Because you build those relationships and those rapports with people. And like I said, shit happens over the years that, yeah, you can get tied up with a motherfucker.
Yep, indeed. Go ahead, Sonny.
Oh, no, I was going to say, because I have friends that
then
now.
You should tune in Tuesdays at 2 on How to Hustle Podcast with Hype on the GFT Radio Network, where you find those great conversations with some local ladies from Detroit. Shout outs to the What Up Though podcast, who are my guests for episode 25 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny though, because I have friends that listen to podcasts, and I'm like, yeah, I listened to this podcast yesterday. I'm like, yeah,
right.
Like, do you not know that I have one?
Oh no, no, it's worse. I get that question all the time. Oh, you still do a podcast? Like, nigga, I do 5 shows a week. What do you mean I still got a podcast? I got a podcast network. What are you talking about?
I just hold on, mind you. You know how much we share.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you asked me, do I do a podcast? So what you think I be posting all the time? That you skip past, like, because you notice, and this is the funny thing for me. This is take away from me, is as much as I post, because I post about every show, right? Maybe 1 or 2 likes. Maybe 1 or 2 likes. And some people that watch the show. I got 100, I got 1,000 and like 18 friends on Facebook. We're not even talking about Instagram or Twitter. We're not even going there with them because those numbers are even surpassed that. 1 like. Mind you, I'm a supportive friend. I support everybody that I know. If you're doing something, I share, talk about it, whatever. Yeah. We doing this?
I say, yeah, you see, I network the hell out of people's stuff. I share their businesses, I share their dreams, their aspirations, I share everything. And like you said, you know, it's
Man,
far and few between because, like Chevy just said, people support who they want to support.
Exactly.
And like I said, it's usually not their friends, and it's usually
I just follow her on Twitter too.
It's damn near ever their family, and your friends are definitely going to be few and far between, which is sad, you know. But it's a fact of life. It's just a fact of life. You got to remember, nobody ever got rich waiting on their friends to support them. Nobody.
And that's crazy because the guy that I was dating does music. The one, all that situation happened or whatever. But like he was into music, so I was supporting like him, his label mates, and everything like that. And you know, I got accused of being a groupie. I'm like, so if you dating somebody, right? Shouldn't you be supporting them?
You be supportive, exactly. Like you should.
So like, yeah,
no,
I got hoodies, shirts, and everything, and all of a sudden, she's. Even this nigga said, "Oh, she was being a groupie." Excuse me, sir. Are you like? I'm sorry, you used to dealing with bitches that don't support you. But if I'm with you and we rocking,
turn it into a song that way.
I'm definitely supporting everything that you do. What are we talking about? But I'm a groupie. Okay, so then you don't worry about it no more.
Man, listen,
no more.
I would love to have groupies. That would be great.
I got five different stations. I mean, I got a different station, different city every day that's playing the How to Hustle podcast. You see my shit. You see, I'm always promoting and pumping. And like I tell people all the time, I turn anything we talk about. Sometimes I sit here quiet because it's like, yep, I can turn that into a topic. Yep, I can turn that into a topic. Because I use any conversation to try to build this brand. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me you don't know that I'm doing a show. If you don't know that I'm doing a show, you might as well just say you got me on mute, which is cool.
Right, exactly.
But my Instagram is basically dedicated to this. I barely post, like I post stuff random of me, but like it's mostly podcast shit.
I'm talking, I'm getting my phone fixed in the fucking AT&T store, and I tell the dude, "Yo, you listen to podcasts? Oh yeah, well let me see that iPhone. Let's get that. Let me get them 5 stars." I'm on the phone with the cable company, and I'm talking to the girl about, "Oh yeah, well yeah, listen, spell it like this is how you spell it. It's HY." Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm talking in the hospital when my wife just had my daughter last year. I got wristbands for all of the nurses. I'm going to the nurses station like, "Hey man, thank you. Appreciate y'all all for coming here. Y'all do shift change. Hey, look, you didn't get one. Let's get you one too." Like, this is all I'm doing because I'm trying to turn this shit into something. Like, so this is why I always will tell people, fuck your friends and your family. You get them for as far as your subscriptions, and all right, yeah, you got a YouTube channel, you got the Apple Podcast, all right, you need the numbers. So you grab their phones and just subscribe. You ain't gonna listen, but at least I got the number off your ass. That's all I need from you.
That's what I do. I'm like, let me see your phone. YouTube, subscribe.
What do you know how many Thanksgiving Apple subscriptions I had on the old podcast? I had about 35 of them niggas. All I know is Apple was right like, this nigga is bullshit out here.
Hey, that's how you should do it. That's true.
That's how you gotta do it.
Good idea. Thank you for the idea. I will be doing that.
Trying
to ask them to do it is a moot point.
You can't ask them. Listen,
I know you got YouTube.
This is as soon as I see earbuds or them 3 cameras on the back. Is that an Apple device? Oh yeah. Let me see the purple joint. Pull it up for me.
Right, exactly.
And that's what good friends support each other.
Yes, good friends definitely support. And I love how lately on the internet they've been trying to normalize supporting your friends, supporting your family. Share at the very least. It's sharing is free. Sharing is free. Share your friend's stuff. Share your people's stuff. You know, it's not that hard. You know, but unfortunately, once again,
it's hard.
You know.
Somebody had this on Instagram last week.
People don't know how to use.
You won't support your friends, but you're gonna tell Rick Ross happy birthday on Instagram.
I'm sorry.
Listen, be in Beyonce comment, argue with somebody because they don't like her, but can't do a share button, whatever.
You won't like your man post, but you telling Rick Ross happy birthday.
Oh my God! Right. Oh my God! Exactly.
Like, oh, you're number 6,481 of the people who just said happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah. Chevy says they support each other and help each other where they can. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Like it gets that follow back thing is real. Subscribe. And and you see it on TikTok. People get mad because people tell people to like their comment and follow them, and then they follow like 8 people. But y'all like they got like 32.k, and you like
them Jones be capped though. Because if you got 32,000 followers and 6 likes on this post, like, come on, what's going on?
Right, true that.
Like, somewhere this math is not adding up.
Yeah, there should be some kind of nice.
I get them joints all the time. Hey, you want to buy 10,000 subscribers? Nope.
I know, right? I don't want to look crazy out here.
You want to earn 4,000? No, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'd rather have 10,000 likes and only 500.
I'd rather have 10 likes and I could talk to all 10 of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could talk to 9 of them because I'm gonna like my own shit.
No doubt.
And you know what? I have an issue with that. People liking their own stuff. It's like you wrote it. Now,
if I use my hashtag,
I got self-support.
This is my thing. If I use my hashtags, then I'm gonna like it. Anytime you use my hashtags, I'll know it because I'm gonna like it because I'm gonna get notified that you're using my shit. Like I had got the other podcast to the point where people started using the hashtags because they knew people were following them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like anytime I use it, I'm gonna like it.
So Chevy says, I think sometimes we confuse friends with peers. Great point, Chevy. That's what we were just talking about earlier about not everybody is your friend. You can't give everybody the friend title. You can't give everybody the access to you just because they're acting like a friend or just because they tell you they're your friend. You can't, just like you said, you can't trust your peers all the time.
Well, because you eat lunch together at work every day.
Just people, I mean, I call them randos. They literally are just random people in your life. Not every random person in your life is a friend.
I just know
to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I know a lot. Hey, I tell my daughter that all the time. I wasn't always old and married, I did used to be out in the streets, girl.
My daughter, how you know so? Don't worry about it. I'm grown.
Yo, yeah, you just know everybody.
Right.
We're living down here my whole fucking life.
Let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this show up. We could talk about friends all night long. That's for sure. Make sure you guys check out all the content that the GFT Radio Network is bringing to you. We have been doing this for 6 long years, and we have definitely been enjoying every minute of it. I don't know what just happened to my little thing I just had. It was all ready to go.
Yeah, we gotta do it like a little celebration show.
Yeah. Actually, tonight was supposed to be that, and we didn't get half our guys in here, so we have to do it again another day. But this, like I said, this episode is our basically our season finale for this season, and it's also our 300th episode.
Oh man,
we've been doing this too long.
And we've been going.
I was on time and shit today too.
Say it again.
He said he was on
time and shit too.
I know, right? So definitely appreciate everybody who's been supporting us.
Yes,
all of our friends, our family, our new friends, all the people out there who have come through and have given us their views and their likes and their subscriptions. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bells everywhere so you can get notified about all of our different shows. And we definitely are here to support you with great content. We have multiple shows and multiple ways to support everyone out there, including our Monday show every Monday at 10 p.m., the GFT Radio Show, the How to Hustle podcast with Hank every Tuesday at 2 p.m., the Styles and Chevy recap every Wednesday at 9 p.m. We are on hiatus for the next couple of weeks, but we'll be back with the What If show, Marvel's What If. Styles Radio Takeover every other Thursday at 10 p.m. I just did my show last week. Make sure you go check that out. I'm doing some numbers up there. The Fans Perspective every other Thursday, opposite the Styles Radio Takeover. Dame and Smooth, they do that every other Thursday at 10 p.m. They're both missing tonight. Shout out to them. They always come through with a great sports show, so make sure you check those out. And two Fridays out of the month, we have Sex with Sunny live with great content, great topics. And
y'all just missed the toy giveaway.
Right, we just had a toy last Friday. We just had a great show last Friday talking about toys and devices and things like that. So definitely go check out that show as well. Sunny's doing.
Why you laughing, Hank?
So yeah,
because he said on Friday, he said 2 Fridays out of the month we have sex with Sonny.
No, but it's funny. I swear to God, I'm gonna make that shirt. Who's having sex with Sonny? Because that's what Dame always asks. He's like, sex with Sonny. Who's having sex with Sonny? We gotta make a shirt.
All I was gonna say, well, who's first, and then like, right. How does the weeks work? Like, I mean,
make sure you guys go get our merchandise. We have merchandise all the time over at gftradio.creator-spring.com. So make sure you get us t-shirts, masks, hoodies, fanny packs. We got tons of different types of
send me that link
and sayings on there.
Send me that link.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then you can find us over at gftradioshow.com. Actually, if you go to gftradioshow.com, the link is actually linked up there for the Shop Now button. Click on Shop Now, it takes you directly to our Creator Spring site. So make sure you go over there.
I ain't got this shit saved in my tab.
So gftradioshow.com. On the socials, you can get us at GFT_radio on Twitter and on Instagram, or you can get at us at GFT Radio on Twitch or GFT Radio Network on Facebook, because we are the network. Join the conversation. Make sure you come over to the group at facebook.com/group/GFT. Join the conversation. And yes, you can put fb.com. It is translatable to Facebook. And /group/GFT join the conversation. It takes you right over to the join the conversation group, and you can come over there and have a great time with us, answering all types of different topic questions and having a lot of fun with a great group of people over there who like to agree to disagree. Sonny, tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me at IamSonny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can also go to my website, unreservedlyme.com. Thank y'all for watching tonight.
No doubt.
Shout out to the 300th episode. Let's start there. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at IamHype. That's HYMPE. It's hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Tuesdays, 2 o'clock, the GFT Radio Network. 5 days a week, 5 cities, 5 radio stations, baby. Holla at me.
No doubt. And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. You can get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to every week, or catch me over at williestyles.info for all my links. All right. So that's been another great episode. Thank you all for joining us. Keela, shout out to you for always being here to support us.
Thank you. Hey, Chevy.
Appreciate you for always being here to support us as well as being my great co-host on Wednesday nights. Shout out to Britt, who's watching us as well. Appreciate you. And appreciate anybody else that's been watching. Jamie, he's been a regular watcher. He also checks out and comments on the Hype Show as well, the How to Hustle podcast with Hype on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. He always goes over there and comments on that. So appreciations for that. Jasmine, Dame, who else is always in the comments?
Joy.
Joy. Definitely shout out to Joy. To
my sister Jazz, who pops in from time to time. I know now she's working, so her schedule's been all crazy.
Yes.
Tia for joining us for Sex with Sonny. Christine
Mayo.
Y'all getting it down like that?
Mayo. Say it again.
Is this Menages with Sonny now? Because
don't do that.
Tia is joining in the Sex with Sonny. So I'm just trying to keep up.
She won the giveaway. She won the
giveaway. Word? She won the giveaway. So you gave it away on Sex.
You know what? Shut up. That's family. That's my mother is her sister. Is her mom.
That's just y'all from the deep south of Jersey, huh?
You know what? Shut up.
Right. And to all our other regular listeners, we definitely couldn't have done 300 episodes without you. Definitely thank you all. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Come on, where's the camera at?
There you go. You got it right there.
You have an old man problems. He can't find the camera.
Hey, listen, I'm not the most technical brother. I tell Willie that every week. That's the hole in my game.
No doubt. That's all right. That's all. We're gonna get you together. But thank you all for joining us, and we love you all. Appreciations, and have a good night. We'll see y'all
next week
in 7 days.
7 days. Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D, 1/3 of the podcast GFT Radio Show.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles from the GFT Radio Show. Just letting you know you can catch us every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And to get some merch, I got some on right now. Go to teesprings.com/stores/GFT Radio.
Grown Folk Talk Radio. Join the conversation. Let's have some fun. Holla.